Have you ever felt like you're in some kind of prison? The 12th house is about breaking free. What is the 12th house in astrology? Here's what it really means and represents in your chart. The most important thing to understand is that the 12th house represents salvation, also known as spiritual liberation or moksha. It's waking up from the deep sleep of ignorance. This is a very mature house, and a lot of younger souls aren't prepared for it. But for older souls, the prison walls of the matrix start to dissolve here, and the light of bliss trickles in. This is the house of liberation from pain and darkness. Welcome to Astrology by 33, where ancient astrology is finally resurrected. It's an honor to have you here today. The 12th house in your natal chart represents long-distance travel. It's also known as the house of foreign settlement. It supports living far away in another country or different state. Each house in your birth chart represents a part of your body. The 12th house rules over your feet and left eye. We can think of it as the house of recycling. When you've used and experienced all the 11 houses before this one, you're left with a lot of baggage. We all know that we come into this world with nothing and leave with nothing. So all the baggage we've collected needs to go at some point. Some of us carry heavy loads, and the 12th house helps us get rid of it. That's why it represents loss. It cleans up our lives by trimming away the fat that's not good for us, like getting a haircut. What really helps here is the practice of detachment. When we learn to withdraw the mind from the things we cling to, we become less attached to them. The zodiac pushes us towards spiritual liberation, which is ultimately non-material. For those of you who want to know about the 12th house and wealth, this house rules over your expenses. It shows what you spend your money on. This can be good or bad. It also rules over wasting money, which is something in our control. We can improve the energy of this house by being more disciplined with our spending, like paying off all debts and cutting down on those impulse buys. If I don't have the money for something, I won't buy it. This prevents suffering in the future. This house also rules over charity, which is an honorable expense. 12th house energy is full of bed pleasures. This includes a wide range of things, from having a comfortable bed, pleasant dreams, and all the fun things you do in there. Now this one rarely gets talked about, but it's for the record. The 12th house represents agriculture according to these three ancient scriptures. The 4th house does too. Farms are often found in isolated places. Everything in life can be located somewhere in the zodiac. All the houses have a good and bad side. You can't have hot without cold. On the bright side, we know the 12th house rules over salvation, but if it gets out of balance, it can rule over things like deception, fraud, and scandals. That's why the 12th house also represents your enemies, in particular, your hidden enemies. When we stop cheating people, this becomes less of a problem. Tajik Neelkanti says this house can be about defeating your enemy. If you forgive the offense of others, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you don't forgive their offense, neither will your Father forgive your offense. When you have God on your side, your enemies can't touch you. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil because you are with me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Fights and arguments are another thing the 12th house represents. And that makes sense if you're dealing with your enemies. This is a house where you can get really ticked off. When I'm mad, I'm more likely to do something dumb. That's why the 12th house meaning includes sin. And when I sin, I get into trouble, which is like a domino effect that leads to misfortune. Because of this chain of unfortunate events, going to prison can be a painful 12th house karma. It represents confinement and forces us to examine our weak points. This can lead to poverty if we don't wake up. Even though these things sound bad, they don't have to happen if we stay out of trouble. Everyone has free will, but there's a price for everything. If we hurt others, they're gonna hurt us. Eventually. Is it really worth it? Sometimes God tests us through the 12th house. Don't despise the discipline of God, nor hate his correction. For God corrects those he loves, like a father does to the son he adores. Sometimes a challenge is good for us. Diamonds can only be created under great pressure. Now there's always hope in this house even if we've screwed up. Putting a derailed train back on the tracks isn't always easy, and that's why the 12th house can represent obstacles and feeling restrained. When we can't get to where we want to go, it's easy to fall into suffering, which can be another 12th house trait. But sorrow is like the weather, it comes and goes. And the good thing is, the brightest light at the end of the zodiac is hidden in this house. Our darkest moment can turn into our light of joy. It's our choice to look down into the world of darkness or to look up into the light of God. The 12th house rules over renunciation and the surrender of earthly things. When you're tired of playing the game and thirst for something greater than what the world can provide, the 12th house offers liberation and fills the thirsting of your soul. The hidden power of the 12th house involves sacrifice. It gets activated when we give up something worldly and replace it with something divine. This is a great remedy for the 12th house that promotes healing of the soul. For example, giving up an affair to honor the sanctity of marriage instead. There's a lot of power in sacrifice. This is a 12th house secret that really shouldn't be a secret. Even giving up a mental affair is a worthy sacrifice. This morning in meditation, a song I haven't heard for years started playing in my head over and over. It's an old hymn from the Adventist church I grew up in. It sums up the essence of the 12th house so beautifully. It's called Fill My Cup, Lord. If you're interested, I'll put a link to the song in the description below. These guys do a great job. If you'd like to learn more about the driving energy of Pisces behind the 12th house, check out the link here. The Pisces video goes much deeper into the stellar force behind the 12th house and what it really means. It's worth a watch if you want the 12th house explained even better. Thanks so much for subscribing and clicking the like button below. It helps this channel grow. And visit astrologyby33.com for more.